put our hand on our heart for the national anthem. That's what we do. We stand and put our hand on our heart. I don't know why that's considered more respectful or less respectful. Nobody made that decision, right? Yeah. We just all decided that if you stand for something, it means...
Take your hat off. All these things have become tied in with respect.
Take your hat off, right? Like, are there things that we actually sit... Okay, you know when like... in certain cultures, you bow when authority is in the room, right?
Yeah, when like...
You show respect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and then like when you go see a king in medieval times, you kneel.
You kneel, right? So it's like what is respectful and what is disrespectful is completely dependent on what we decide, and it's not even cultural. You could say, "Oh, the bowing summation thing," but kneeling in what is it called? Like medieval times and that kind of shit. Not even medieval times now. If you get fucking knighted, you kneel, right? So kneeling is not this sign of disrespect. When you propose to the woman you're going to spend for the rest of your life, your life with, what do?
You get on one knee.
You fucking get on one knee.
Literally in church, like the whole time, no one gives a fuck, and then they do the Jesus part, and everyone kneels.
And everybody kneels.
Yo, that's how
right.
you
They
pray
actually
to
have
God,
some shit on the church pews that's comfy. So when you kneel, so this idea that kneeling is an act of disrespect. Like, have you never went to church, fam? Have you ever watched a single fucking King Arthur movie? There's tons of things. You never seen a proposal? There's tons of things that kneeling can be looked at. And honestly, I would be totally okay if we just went, all right, you know what? Everybody, when the national anthem comes on, we put our hand over our heart and then we kneel.
Yo. Who kneeled first? Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Tim Tebow kneeled.
Oh,
why did he kneel again?
Call. That was like his.
He's praying. He was like, all right, respect to God.
When he scored a touchdown.
Oh, that's right. So it's like, I guess what I'm saying is like we've tied in the act of kneeling as an act of disrespect, right? But if we can look it through the lens of the rest of the things that we do, even within our culture. I'm not asking us for accepting anything from another culture. Just our cultural shit. There are tons of positives with kneeling, right? It's not disrespectful to kneel and propose to your girl, right? Matter of fact, it's a sign of respect in a lot of ways. You bow your fucking head out as a sign of respect.
I bow down to you, period.
Yeah.
A bow is one thing. How can you get lower than a bow? Go all the way to one knee.
Fam, if I'm beefing with somebody and I'm sitting down and all of a sudden they talk shit, what's the first thing I do?
Stand up.
Stand up, take my hat off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's disrespectful to stand up for the flag.
A lot of religious ceremonies, like they put
tough.
people face down. They like castrate, like their face is like pressed in the ground.
Really?
Yeah, like,
that's wild.
And it's like respect. Like, yeah,
they do that in Catholicism so they can fuck you in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. They lean you over the confessional. They said it was respect.
Son, that's
they said it was
fucking
respect.
hilarious.
I never seen that at church.
Bury him face down.
Face down, ass up. That's why we like to pray.
I want one last poke before he goes where he deserves. Face down if you're going to hell. So he just walks straight there. All right, but I just think it's really interesting. Like, and why has nobody addressed that? Like, we've just decided that taking a knee is a sign of disrespect when it's not.
He didn't look away from the flag.
He asked a fucking Green Beret, what can I do, as opposed to sitting out the anthem. An actual military person said, take a knee. That's the most respectful way to do it.
Yes, I understand that. I will say the thing with Kaepernick, which was tricky, is that like I think a lot of his ideology around the protests came together after. Like, I don't think he had this whole shit planned. Like, he wore the socks to the practice, like the cops, all his pigs and the bacon shit. Like, he was doing juvenile protests early on that they used to discredit from a really legitimate form. I hate to say this, like legitimate form of protest later, but it wasn't as organized.
But you got to give the guy credit when he took this stand and then grew into that role. Like, that's all you can ask.
He grew into the role, and I respect
all this
that 100%.
is everybody is looking for, and we all do it all the time. The quickest way to not care about something we don't want to care about, we just find it. Oh, he's kneeling, that disrespects the flag. I'm out. I don't have to care about police brutality. Oh, you lost me at rioting and looting. You weren't going to give a fuck about police brutality to begin. What were you going to do? Were you on your way to go change laws and then you're like, oh, they're looting? I'm sitting back down. We all just want the quickest way to not care possible. We'll do it all the time with shit. Oh, this guy's going through this. Oh, but he ain't shit because he did this. Okay, I don't have to care. That's all this is.
If there was no rioting or looting, I think the far right would say, oh, they don't care about coronavirus. They're all hypocrites. Like, they would discredit it through that.
100%. You just find a way. You never gave a fuck.
Even though the far right doesn't care about coronavirus.
No, they don't. But
they would find a way.
They would point out the hypocrisy.
Can we point out this one thing? Like, can we acknowledge that at least America even in its most racist sense, cares more about black people than old people. Can we all agree on that?
That's fair. That's fair.
Because everybody was like, yo, you better stay inside because these old people are dying.
Old people are
and then
the
something
most
happened to black
susceptible to
people
it.
and they were like, they gonna die. Black people need support. Let's be out there in the streets holding hands. We gotta be together. We gotta be united.
They out there with masks though.
Say again?
They're out there with masks.
Not
So
a
they
He's
lot
not
of
even
it.
supposed to go outside at all during Corona.
Were all of them wearing masks?
Son,
Most people. When I was out there, yeah.
outside of my parents, old people could die.
Son, you selfish for saying my parents. You selfish as fuck for that, yo.
Why would I do?
We all got parents, you know what I
Say
mean?
what?
We all got
Well,
parents.
y'all better say it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't go loot my neighborhood.
I think that's a good point, though. I've been quarantining from black people for a long time. Like, I've kept off the
To
streets.
keep them safe.
Yeah, I stay inside.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that shit is weird because he said multiple times like, "Hey, I'm not doing it out of disrespect," and no one cares.
Because they don't care. They don't want to hear. They just, okay, here's a reason to not care.
Yeah, that's a
Let's
great
go.
point. That's a great point. They found a way to discredit him, and from then on, they put it together like that. And it's not his fault because, again, I don't know if he was entirely sure about what he was doing initially, and then he grew into this role, and he's filled it brilliantly. And he started something that obviously people care about, and it's resonated because every time another issue that comes up that has, that's related in some way to what he was talking about comes up, you mentioned Colin Kaepernick's name.
Yeah.
This interview mentions Colin Kaepernick.
Put up the million.
I wish that I had thought of that back then, to be honest with you. I wish that somebody had thought about it for him back then. There are all these other ways to take a knee that are not disrespectful. I don't understand why it becomes a sign of respect.
You know what he could have maybe said? They still would have found a way to not care. Well, you wore the socks, whatever. But he could have maybe said, I take a knee and I pray to God for our country because we are so divided and my people are going through so much. If you throw God in there with it, maybe.
Yeah.
The best part of most of our days is when our girl takes the knee. Like, it's the
One
best
knee. She trying to get the fuck out of there quick, huh? She ready to dash.
That's how fast you come. She just gets there on one.
It's the Usain Bolt stance.
Like, what the fuck am I getting on both knees for? We know how fast you best.
Just crouches down a little.
Oh, bro. Y'all hold back with blowjobs or y'all let it rip?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Like, y'all try to keep the nut in or do you just try to let that shit go?
Let that shit go.
No, I'm trying to let it go, and then I stop right before I'm gonna come, and then that's when I like
Do the
shit to
fucking.
her. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Because I'd be conflicted sometimes, bro.
Because if you nut, it's a wrap.
Well, I
talking about-
I got a girlfriend, so I can't do that. What?
Are you talking about like getting a full blowjob to completion?
No, I'm saying like when you're getting the dick suck, are you like trying to fight the fact that's going to make you come or are you just letting yourself come?
Nah, let
You just letting it rock. Yeah. Because in my mind, I'm like, all right, I need to fuck. I can't nut because then I'm not going to be able to fuck. She going to be tight. Ain't no blowjobs for free. You know what I mean? Like,
But when you're holding back, you're not really enjoying it.
exactly. So I'm like,
Let it go.
Nah,
let it go.
Nah, but
let it go.
let me tell you, if I
Yo,
let
let
it
that
go,
white shit go, yo.
my apartment going to be frozen. Nah, bro. I gotta get it. You know what I mean?
This shit, man.
Nah, bro. I can't,
Son.
can't be fucking all the goddamn time.
Come on, son.
That was her superpowers, blasting ice, bro.
Real
Son.
talk.
Yo, let that shit blast, yo.
Yeah, I guess, man. Whatever.
Oh, man.
Remember when girls back in the day, remember when we were single? Remember when girls back in the day would say that stupid shit, like they were winning when you first start hooking up with them, be like, I'm not gonna have sex with you. I'm just gonna give you head. We're like, damn. Dumbass. I will ride this shit out to eternity. But just blowjob?
That's crazy. I do not remember that. That's so wild, yo. Yo, that shit happened.
So the best news is when they said they're on their period. It's like, oh yes, come over.
Now you can still come through. I think I texted a girl once. I was like, yo, your mouth got her period.
No, but, and then you still sound like a nice guy. Like, nah, it's fine. We don't got to do nothing.
Yeah, we chilling.
Yeah, we chilling.
We chilling. Bring a fucking hair tie. What is it?
Break your knee pads.
So that'd be a good investment. If I was single and out there, I'd have scrunchies on deck.
Oh
In
yeah.
case you forgot a hair. Hey, girl, don't even worry about that shit.
Yeah, but
It's
they never want to
embarrassing.
use. They never want to use somebody else's
Brand
hair
new,
tie.
yo. Brand new on deck.
Son, it's embarrassing how good I am at like tying my girl's hair up. Sometimes I'll be doing it. Sometimes I'll be doing that shit during a blowjob and be like, yo, is this bitch gonna think I'm gay out here?
The high ponytail.
So she goes down and I literally go like this, bro. She goes down, I was like, swoop, 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 twist.
Hairspray, hairspray.
No, this really.
Get them edges right.
She comes up with a French braid.
I didn't have anything to do.
You just start asking for that. That's smart. She's like, babe, can you do my hair? And you're like, what do I get?
Yo, that's the fucking look, man.
Son, that's a funny Instagram.
And
Like,
we in quarantine. There's no salons open, bro.
it might be the way to do
Yo.
it. But that's a funny TikTok, right? Like a girl, like when you know your boyfriend's gay and like you go down on him and then you come up and your hair is in fucking French twist.
that is
That's
good,
funny. Guys, we're doing TikTok content now.
Oh, boy.
We did it.
You remember that time when you tried to get us on TikTok?
What'd I do?
With the dance moves. Where
Oh,
you
I
just
learned a
showed
new
it?
dance.
Son,
I'm going to do it.
You did the same shit.
no, that was here, and I didn't go through.
Can
with
you
it.
do this one? Hold on.
The fact that he
Dun.
This don't seem that hard so far.
this is white dancing.
Son, this is Dance Dance Revolution.
It's
You're
like
literally river dancing, bro. What
it's
the
like
fuck?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Son,
1,
this
2,
literally,
3.
this literally Dance Dance Revolution without the pad.
Yeah.
And you touch your heel sometimes.
Yo, but that's dancing for white people.
This is their step.
Twist though. I hate that twist
That
though.
just is hard. It's got
That's Scottish dancer right there. That's the
Son,
river
nah,
dance.
Scottish dance is fucking fire, dude.
Yeah.
Hit
That
shit.
Highland, that
Hit
step
that
dance.
shit, yo. Hit that shit.
All right, Andrew's dancing some Scottish shit. What? Wait, what the fuck was
Yo,
that?
that's a white crump, yo.
I was crunking, bro.
Oh, that was
White crump, yo.
Son, what the fuck? You look like a Power Ranger, son.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, shit,
Okay.
yo. That's all right.
Shit. Crip walking.
I'm telling you, man, you just turn that shit upside down, and that's India right there. Bang, bang, bang.
Son, we're the same people, bro.
Turn it upside.
Holy
Just
shit.
take the legs like that.
That's the fucking
Flip
Stranger
that shit,
Things.
make it the arms. You know
That's
what I
the
mean?
Stranger
It's the same
Things of
shit.
Scottish, bro.
Oh my god. Son, boy got mad tired being Scottish right there for a second. What up, guys? I hope you liked that clip from our Patreon episode. You can watch the full episode at patreon.com/flagrant2. Join the asshole army over there for more unapologetic, uncensored, unfiltered conversations like the one you just saw. Again, that's patreon.com/flagrant2. Join the asshole army and keep it tight. Peace.